Yo, what's going on, golf addicts? DB here. It's a Monday morning. You know what that means. I'm giving a first look at the betting odds for whatever tour event's happening right now, and it happens to be the Wells Fargo Championship 2022 from TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm in Potomac, Maryland. Kind of a substitute teacher kind of week. You know what I mean? Normally we see the Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow. This time we got a substitute. When you got a substitute, you got to act naughty. So we're here to act naughty, maybe see who's going to act naughty and do their thing here at TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm. Now, if you were with us last week when I did this for the Mexico Open, you probably had some pretty live bets going into Sunday's round and had some great numbers because as we saw last week, these numbers a lot of times, I'm going down down the list here and thinking that this number is going to get a lot worse, homie. Like you need to get on this now. I said that about Cam Champ last week. I said that about who was the other guy? Aaron Wise, a couple other plays. Come to find out, Cam Champ goes from like 75 to 1 when I start this on Monday, and he's like 45 to 1 by the time the books close on Thursday in terms of outrights pre-tournament. So I'm just going to go down the list. I haven't looked at the odds. I haven't even run a model yet. Now, I have done a lot of course digging, a lot of course history stuff, digging up how TPC at Potomac's going to play. Looked at a lot of quotes from years past, interviews in 2018 and 2017. Did that. I just posted a course breakdown video and podcast that you can check out now on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. So I got that going if you want to check that out. But a lot of interesting thoughts, especially about how different this place can play in weather. And looking at the weather right now, it looks nasty this year. I'm seeing a ton of rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at TPC Potomac, which could make for a really sucky week of golf viewing and handicapping. So we're going to need to keep an eye out on that because the course did play a little softer the last time they played it here in 2018, a little bit softer than it did in 2017. In 2017, it was firm and fast. Kyle Stanley won at 40 to 1. He beat Charles Howell in the first round of a playoff. They both got to that playoff at 7 under. So now in 2018, it was a little bit softer. Francesco Monari ran away with it, finished at 21 under, I believe it was, and outran everybody by like 8 strokes, was the next closest. It played a little bit softer that year. Tiger played that year. He had a few things to say about the softer conditions as well. So I put all that in the Nut Hut, in the caddy chat, as well as a little bit of it in that course breakdown video. We do have a couple caddies that are going to be on site, including one that was on the bag for one of the champions that won in 2017 and 18. So he's going to let us know what he thinks about it. All right, so let's open it up. Like I said, I haven't done any modeling or anything like that on Fantasy National. I've got an idea in my head of what I'm looking for. I think, but let's just start down the board here. So Rory McIlroy opens up as your favorite at plus 750 on both DraftKings and FanDuel. I'm kind of looking at just both those books for now. Definitely always encourage you to do some line shopping. But I'm just going to look at those two books for the sake of keeping this brief and going down here and switching back and forth between these books. Corey Connors at 16 to 1 is your next favorite on DraftKings, 21 to 1 on FanDuel. FanDuel's given Finau a little bit of a bump, I guess, after finally seeing a little bit of form come through from him last week at the Mexico Open. They've got Finau at 21. A big jump on FanDuel. So it goes from 750 for Rory to then 21 to 1 for Finau, Fitzpatrick, and Corey Connors. So interesting stuff there. So you can get a little value on Connors now on FanDuel if you want it at 21 to 1. I kind of like Connors here. I definitely think that 21 to 1 number is something worth paying a little bit of attention to. Because he's a great ball striker, extremely accurate, but has a little bit of distance as well, which I think is going to come in very handy here. It's all about the approach here and getting yourself in these fairways to set yourself up to hit these difficult greens. So I like that about Corey Connors. Probably not going to touch Rory at 750 just because we don't do that here at Tour Junkies Enterprises. We don't bet favorites, which is why we didn't hit John Rahm last week, which is perfectly fine. He was 3.5 to 1. Give me a break. Russell Henley at 20 to 1, kind of like that. Leishman has some experience here. He's 20 to 1. Fitzpatrick 20 to 1. I don't know if I want Fitzy this week. Henley 37 to 1 on FanDuel. I like that. I like that a lot. The accuracy off the tee and accuracy with your irons is going to be key. A lot of long irons here as well, like plus over 175 yards or more. There's a lot of shots that you're going to see hit from that range. But I also think there's going to be a good bit of wedging. There's also going to be a good bit of uh, wedge play here. These couple of these par fives are not going to be reachable by hardly anybody. And then, there's some shorter par fours in play as well. So I think that could be, I think that could be, I think it could be a little bit of a wedge fest. Look at the guys who have course records here. Abe Answer, Kevin Streelman. Um, there's one other one. Who's the other guy? Abe Answer, Kevin Streelman, Francesco Molinari have 62s here. Andrew Landry and JJ Spawn have 63s here. Those are shorter hitters, good wedge players. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of wedge play is going to come into play here. All right, so let's keep going down the board. I like the Henley. I like the Henley number at 37 on FanDuel. Seamus Powers played here both times. He's 25 to 1 on DraftKings, 48 to 1 on FanDuel. All right, people. So, like right now, it looks like FanDuel's giving you a lot of good numbers, a lot of longer numbers on some of these top tier guys in this field. This is not the strongest field we've seen, but it's definitely better than the Mexico Open. This is another example of why we do this on Monday, because if you start seeing guys that kind of match the profile of this golf course that you think you might want some exposure on, I doubt they're going to get much longer on FanDuel, and they're giving you some value here with three names right there. Seamus Power at 48 to 1, I think is definitely worth a look. All right, so we're going to keep moving here. Leishman at 20. What's he on? No. Well, Leishman's 20 to 1 on DraftKings, 36 to 1 on FanDuel. Poor Gary Woodland. If he could just putt. Where's Gary at? Gary's 35 to 1 on DraftKings, 36 to 1 on FanDuel. I think that's kind of long for Gary. He played well. He hit the ball well last week in Mexico. Um, I don't think I want any fee now here. Cameron Young is one I have my eye on. He's 28 to 1 on DraftKings, 46 to 1 on FanDuel. Now, I like that a lot. I like the Cameron Young play. I mean, the guy's a stud. He's actually like a really, really good player. By the way, if you're in the chat and you want me to, you got some thoughts on a line or something, you want me to hit it, let me know. Let me know. So Cameron Young, I'm liking. Homa, no. Answer, no. Casey coming off this injury thing. What's he? I don't know. I think the last we saw him, wasn't he withdrawing from the Masters? Isn't that the last thing we saw him do? Obviously, she's going to check a lot of ball striking boxes. Longer hitter, hits a lot of fairways and greens. But yeah, I'm a little nervous on Casey. He's gonna fit the mold of the course, but with the injury stuff, who knows? Might be a little rusty, even if he does play. I probably will not touch Paul Casey. We also saw some bad putters win here. Kyle Stanley and Francesco Molinari, not necessarily great putters. I thought of that because I just saw Sergio's name at 35 to 1, but Sergio's not winning. He's just not going to win anymore. I think he's done winning. P. Reed and Siwoo Kim, I don't think I'm going to go there. P. Reed, played well at the Mexico Open, but you could also spray it all over the place off the tee in Mexico. I don't think that's necessarily what's going to be able to happen here. So I think I'm out on P. Reed, despite a good finish here lately. A lot tighter situation here at TPC Potomac. Siwoo Kim, same thing. Not gonna trust the spray of Siwoo. Keith Mitchell's interesting. I don't know. Sepp Straka's been playing. Now Kuchar is interesting. Kuchar's 50 to 1. Hadn't even playing. I mean, he's been playing pretty sneaky good. He's also got Brian Reed on the bag, who is the former caddy of Kyle Stanley. He was Kyle's caddy when he won this event in 2017. And Kuchar's coming off a runner-up at Valero and a third at the Heritage. Now, he gained 14.6 strokes putting on between both of those events, which is wow. But obviously, I mean, dang, like that's not bad at all for Kuch. Has he played here before? I'm not seeing it. Doesn't look like he's played here. Just in a quick Fantasy National look. Um, dang. What's Kuchar's number on FanDuel? 55 to 1 on FanDuel. I mean, that's interesting to me. I don't think there's a lot of value in that line, and I bet that line doesn't move a whole lot between now and Thursday unless it just gets pounded and with people betting it, but he's playing well right now. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Loving the content. Appreciate you, dude. Drathicus Rex. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Finau with yesterday's momentum. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Finau, we talked about Finau on the show last week, and we both kind of thought he was a nice pivot off of John Rahm, which, he didn't kill you, but I mean, you had to have John Rahm last week or you were boned. Um, let's see what Finau, I can't, for some reason, Fantasy National doesn't have this loaded just yet. Finau finished runner up, obviously. Kind of, I mean, he wasn't in the conversation though because he was kind of late to the party to finish. Um, he was 7 under. Was that right? 8 under. Yeah, he shot 8 under. Yeah, he had a pretty clean card or a totally clean card yesterday. Let's see where he ranked for the tournament. Gained 3 strokes off the tee. Man, gained 8.1 on approach. That's good for second in the field. God dang, who did better than that? Uh, Back to chipping it well. Finished 5th in the field around the green. Just didn't putt. Just didn't putt. But that is very promising for Finau. And obviously, he's coming off a decent finish at the Masters. Let's see. Finau is 21 to 1 on FanDuel. And yeah, he's 20. I think he's 20 to 1 on DraftKings, 25 to 1 on DraftKings. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not going to be mad at you for betting that. I could see him clubbing down a good bit here, but I mean, to have those irons going as hot as they were yesterday, that is very attractive. Um, Brad Wills thinks Riley Davis. You mean Davis Riley? I get it. He has 2 first names. It's definitely confusing, but it is Davis Riley. He's a longer hitter for sure, so could see him clubbing down on a few holes here. Riley, I don't think the irons were not very good going into the Mexico Open. Let's see how they panned out for him here. Yeah, they're still not good. Like he lost 2.3 strokes on approach at the Mexico Open. That's 68 out in the field. He gained 9 strokes putting. I mean, that's obviously great, but a little inconsistent with the iron play. I don't actually like seeing that. And it wasn't good before. The iron play was not good before going into Mexico. So I don't know that bad iron play was a fluke either. All right, so let's keep working down the board a little bit. I mentioned Cameron Young. Gary Woodland does feel like a little bit of a value at 35 to 1. Let's see. He's a good player on like some of those short courses where you club down a little bit. Um, let's see. He finished 24th at the Mexico Open, but I mean, didn't let's see. Gained 4 strokes off the tee, over 3 strokes on approach, stroke and a half around the green. I mean, nine. He gained like 9 strokes tee to green and lost 3.5 putting, which is very typical Gary Woodland. But 35 to 1, I don't know. I don't mind it. Let's keep working down. So I stopped. I went to Kuchar. That's what I did at 50 to 1. Jason Day's in the field. I don't know that I don't want to bet him to win right now. I'm not feeling Webb Simpson still. Not quite. Let's see. What was the last thing Webb did? We last saw him at the Heritage. Yeah. He's not the same Webb right now. I don't like that number. I don't like Webb to win right now. Is Haas playing? I don't know if he is playing, but I like to call Francesco Molinari the Italian Bill Haas. So I know for a fact Francesco's playing, so I would say the Italian Bill Haas is for sure going to play. All right, let's keep working down the board here. Joel Damon, interesting at 60 to 1. Let's see. Let's look at Joel. He's 60 to 1 on DK. Great, hits the driver just really accurate. Still averages 290 or so off the tee, which is long. I think he'll hit driver on a handful of holes where a lot of the longer hitters like Finau, like Woodland, might club down, and that'll give Joel an advantage, continuing to put in the fairway. Hitting his irons well, also, 12th at the Heritage, gaining strokes with the irons. He's played here before. Yeah, in 2018, he finished 23rd. I like that. So I think Joel is in play. Let's take a look at FanDuel. Let's see what his number is on FanDuel. He's 75 to 1 on FanDuel, so definitely a better value there. I like that a lot for Joel. So there's one. What up, Marcus Griffin? Welcome. Hey, thumbs up. Give me a like on the chat on the video, please. Thank you. All right, let's keep working down the board. Joel Damon. Brian Harmon. I'm always a sucker for a little cock bite. 65 to 1. Brian Harmon on DraftKings. 65 to 1 on FanDuel. Okay, that'll probably stay there. No Lucas Glover for me. CT Pan not going to win. Adam Long, what did he end up doing? I can't believe Adam Long did as well as he did in Mexico. He ended up finishing 15th. Good Lord, he had a rough Sunday. Yikes. Or he had a lot of bogeys on the card on Sunday. Strokes, yeah, lost gain. No, I'm out. I'm out on Adam Long. Dylan Fratelli, I don't like. Denny McCarthy's an interesting dude from the area, kind of grew up around here playing this golf course a bunch. Played here in 2018, I know. I'm not sure if he played in 17. McCarthy. Denny McCarthy, let's take a look. Obviously he's known for putting and hitting a lot of fairways. So Quicken, yeah, missed the cut in 2018. I think that was his rookie season. No big deal there. So he's 80-1 on DraftKings. FanDuel has him at, where do they have him? Hello, Denny's. We're going to Denny's. Denny's McCarthy's. Oh, he's at 90-1 on FanDuel, so a little bit better value there. I don't know. Does anybody like Denny? Does anybody like Denny in the chat? I don't know. All right. I could be interested in Denny. I don't know. 90-1 on FanDuel. Strillman. I mean, course record holder here, Kevin Strillman with a 62 in 2018. Let's see. What did he play? Yeah, he played in Mexico. Made the cut, kind of sucked. What did he do in Mexico? Let's see. Off the tee was good, approach was good, struggled around the greens and putting. That's not really, I feel like that's somewhat atypical for Strills. Let's take a look. Strills, as they call him in the streets, you know what I mean? Yeah, that is kind of atypical for him. Last two events, RBC Heritage and Mexico, losing strokes around the green and putting. It's a little strange. Let's see. He's played the Quicken Loans both years here, 17th in 2017, 32nd in 2018 to go with that 62. Strillman at 80-1. Obviously, he's not really a winner. I mean, he has won on the PGA Tour. It's been a long, long time. He's 70-1 on FanDuel. I don't know if I love the value there, but it's maybe worth watching or paying attention to that line, seeing what happens. Um, yes, Marcus. Pat owes me. He has to eat Denny's shrimp. Maybe I'll hit him up for that tonight because he lost the bet, so he's got to eat some shrimp from Denny's. Now I did pay off my Masters bet that I lost. I'm waiting on producer Sam to edit the video where I did 2 holes of speed golf at Mountain Valley, and I ran, and it was too much. It was hard. Okay, Aaron Rye, I continue to be a sucker for him. David Lipsky, D-Lip, D-Lip, boy, that's my guy. I told you, I feel like this dude's going to win a PGA Tour event in the next 12 months or so. He played well at the Mexico Open, despite it really not being as great a course fit for him. Shot 7 under on Sunday, finished tied for 6th. Let's take a look at what D-Lip did. Yeah, gain strokes off the tee. Oh, we were wondering who finished first in strokes gained approach, but because Tony Finau gained like 8 and was second. Guess who it was? D-Lip, baby. 9.9 strokes gained on approach for the tournament. Holy crap. Also gained strokes putting. D-Lip, sign me up. Where's the best number? I'm finding it. He's 100-1 on DraftKings. He is, I like the 100-1. Where is he on FanDuel? He's 90-1 on FanDuel. I'm pounding the 100-1. Probably going to pound a top 20 as well on that. I love that. I like this golf course better for him as well. Yes, Strathicus, they are going to keep it on there for at least another 2 years. They signed a 3-year deal with Vedanta. What up, B-Riss? Hadn't seen you in a long time in the chat watching the Junkies. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out. All right. So David Lipsky's for sure a click. Brandon Wu played well. Molinari, I'm probably not going to hit that. Naismith is interesting. I kind of like Naismith. He's 100-1 on DraftKings. Where is he? Oh, Matthew Wolf's playing? Holy crap. God dang, that guy. Where is Naismith? Does anybody see Naismith on FanDuel? Is he way down there? All these sites need a search feature. Like I need to be able to type in a name and you just pull up all this player's odds. Okay, 70-1 on FanDuel. So definitely popping that on DraftKings at 100-1. Grayson Sig, this is a better course for Sig, I think, than maybe Vedanta was. Let's see what he did. He finished 33rd, 7 under at Vedanta. Sig's not like a super long hitter, but pretty accurate. gained strokes off the tee, gained almost a full stroke off the tee, gained 4 around the green. I mean, approaching the greens, didn't putt very well. I like him here on the bent grass situation a little more. He's won 30 to 1. This is a long shot that kind of catches my eye here. Where is Sig's number on FanDuel? Where is it? Where's Grayson Sig? Hello. Hello, Grayson. Can anybody find Grayson Sig's number on FanDuel? God dang it. This is so. And then they do this like 3-column thing, and it's so hard to find a name. I feel like I'm looking everywhere but where he is. Yeah, I can't freaking find it. Somebody type in the chat where he is. Um, so let's see, working on the board. Russell Knox. I'm usually a sucker for him. Russell Knox is in. Poor Ricky. He's 130 to 1. Gosh dang. Um, not Luke List. Not Luke List. Martin Laird. No. Um, Putnam's had a good turnout here, I think. Doc Redman's been playing better lately. Lonto. Gimme Lonto. See? Y'all see what Lonto did last week? I talked him up all week, and look at what he did. He played well last week. Let's see. Because Lonto, another player that hits the ball plenty long and hits his irons really well, finds plenty of fairways. Lonto finished tied for 15th, 10 under. Gained 4.5, almost 5 strokes off the tee. Gained almost 3.5 on approach. I like Lonto. Let me hit that. That's 150 to 1 on DraftKings. Where's he at? Did anybody ever find Grayson Sig on FanDuel? Somebody. Grayson Sig on FanDuel. Maybe I'll find him while I'm looking for Lonto. Let's see. Lonto's 90 to 1. Ooh, on FanDuel. Big value there on DraftKings for Lonto. So it looks like, FanDuel's got the value there on the top part of the board. DraftKings a little. Oh, here's Grayson Sig. Found it. 150 to 1 on FanDuel, 130 to 1 on DraftKings. I'm hitting that. Who else? Do we think Smotherman's back? He didn't have a great weekend. He didn't do great. Definitely fits the course. All right. I think I've kind of gone long enough. Is Harry Higgs in play? 250 to 1. Big hitting Brandon Matthews, 250 to 1. I think he's a local, somewhat local to this area. Coming off the Corn Ferry Tour, got a sponsor's exemption. The dude absolutely mauls it. Absolutely mauls it. All right, before I get out of here, anybody got any other names you want me to pull up real quick? I think here's some early looks that I like. You're getting value on Corey Connors if you want him. If you want Connors, you're getting it on FanDuel at 21 to 1, and you probably need to hit it now because I bet that goes down. You're also getting value on Russell Henley on FanDuel at 37 to 1. If you want that, I kind of like it. And you're getting value on Seamus Power at 48 to 1. Seamus, I might see myself backing off of a little bit, but who knows? I haven't done the full model look and all the stats yet. Cameron Young for sure getting value on FanDuel at 46 to 1. So I'll probably go ahead and hit that. And then also value on Joel Damon at 75 to 1 on FanDuel. And I do like that. So I'll probably go ahead and touch that one. And then getting into the triple digits, definitely more value here on DK. David Lipsky, 100 to 1. I am pounding. Taking to Pine. Okay, that's my Pennsylvania. That's my Pennsylvania I picked up. I picked up a little Pennsylvania in my mouth while I was there a couple weeks ago. Lipsky at 100 to 1. Naismith at 100 to 1. I'm digging that. The only long shot value I see on FanDuel is Grayson Sig at 150 to 1 and Lonto at 150 to 1 on DraftKings. So I like those are some of the early looks, early names for me. I think we should get in on. Yeah, with not enough people liking the video, 35 people watching live, to only 12 likes. What are we doing here? Let's do that. Oh, BK Brian Kirshner's in here. Tap in birdie host. Let's see, how many strokes is Bo winning by this week? Really? Okay, are we just obsessing over Bo Hostler now? Is that what we're doing? Big visor Bo. Let's see. Let's take a look. BK. Well, he does love bent grass. I mean, he's a good putter anyway, but he's always looks like for his career been really good at bent grass greens. But you know what he sucks at? Just hitting the golf ball. Really, it's kind of what he sucks at. So I don't know. I think I'm at. He did finish sixth here in 2018, but who cares? That was 3 years ago and pre-COVID. No telling what he's doing now. I don't know. I mean, I don't really usually find myself liking Bo Hostler. That's the other Tour Junkie member that likes Bo Hostler. Let's take a look at some long-term stats for Bo, because the short term isn't great. Okay, so long term, not typically a fairway finder. If you look at Fantasy National, fairways gained or good drives gained, all terrible, short term and long term. He usually, he does have some pop in the bat, so he'll probably be clubbing down on some of these holes potentially. But let's take a look at some long term proximity numbers as well, because that number 175 plus up to 200, I think, is going to be key, as well as that kind of wedge range is going to be key. Yeah, and he's terrible. He's terrible. Like, it's all red. It's all bad on Fantasy National. All of it is bad. Little bit of short term, uh, last 5 to 10 tournaments, little bit of short term form in proximity 175 to 200. Bad when it gets over 200, bad when it's long term any range, and he's not a great wedge player. So I just don't I'm not buying the Bo Hostler play. I just can't do it. Can you please talk about that hat you're wearing? Yes, Reed, I can. This is a sandbagger hat from my friend at Augusta Golf Collective. My buddy Zach Tully started that company. I don't know that they sell it anymore, though, I think, but he does have some sweet stuff. Check out AugustaGolfCollective.com, I believe it is. So, my buddy Zach Tully, shout out. He hooks me up with this stuff. He's got some great, great swag. But don't spend money on his swag without spending money on our swag. Okay. We got new head covers in the shop. You're going to want to check that out. All right. That's it for me. The first look presented by Covers. Thanks for checking this out. I got to go do some more research. We got the podcast tonight. You're going to want to check that out. And the course breakdown video is either dropping on YouTube like in just a few minutes if it's not there already, but it is already out on podcast. Everything you need to know about TPC Potomac, that's already hit. So thank you. Give me a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, and a comment as well. Tell me if you like these videos, if I need to keep doing these or not, because I'm not sure.